Hi Planner Superstar! I'm glad you're joining me for this planning session. This week I'm going to focus on productivity. In the Plan With Me challenge this week, one of the prompts was, I need help with. Let me tell you, that question is both hard and easy. It's easy to think of all the things that I need help with. The hard part is deciding to change them and knowing what to do to change them. So the items on my list, I've started keeping my collections in the back instead of my monthly plans. So my collections in the back, things to work on, ideas for my habit trackers, goals, and personal development. The things I needed help with. Read or listen to more books. I love self-help books. I love productivity books. I love marketing books. And I just realized I'm kind of a geek. The next one is idea implementation. I have so many ideas, and it's exhilarating and it's fun and it's overwhelming. And I get started on one thing and then I don't finish it, and then I have so many projects going that I really need to make sure that I focus on a particular idea and either write down the steps so that I can complete it later, or I need to just start it and actually finish it. What I will do for my idea implementation is I will write them down, make a plan to know what steps to follow for starting each project, focus on one thing at a time instead of trying to do them all. And 4, I'm going to finish the projects. So then the next one, my list here, is time blocking. I'm going to set aside times to accomplish certain tasks. So for instance, I've made a list right here. I need to work on my blog, plan my planning times, because I let some things take way too much time than they should. I need to block out time for my video production, my video editing, and these are typically things that need to get done or that I'd like to have done that take a chunk of time. And planning for that chunk of time and saying, okay, this is what I'm focusing on. This is what I'm doing. I'm not going to be distracted by the Facebook posts that are always going to find me, or more Instagram, or all the things that can distract me from the bigger projects that I want to get done. And the last thing on my list is confidence. And I wrote down, in case you can't see it, maybe you can, you are a work in progress. It's okay to be you and to make mistakes. It's also okay that you are not someone else. This one is a little bit harder to track and measure on how I'm doing. So I'm going to have to maybe read some more books about how to track this one. Finding confidence within myself is definitely something I need help with. I've created a free printable for you. It's on my blog on chocolatemusings.com. And it's a free printable worksheet. Now we've done a lot of talking without a whole lot of planning. But I want to give you a quick flip through of October. This is my monthly calendar. And I changed it up from the square boxes that I had in September. Let's find September here. Right here. I had some small September boxes, and I had my habit tracker on the same page. I don't think I did too bad. I actually had some boxes filled out there. But this one I did increase the size of the boxes, and then I rounded the corners. I actually have a full blog post on chocolatemusings.com explaining why I chose to do it this way. Oh, and I have to show you this pretty ink, if I can get it to... Look at that. That is gorgeous. All that is iridescent watercolor paint. It is gorgeous. And look, it's on the Halloween. Whoops, if I could get my finger right. It is on the spider webs and little spiders. So just a little fun whimsy for this page. It's very functional, and monthly logs are always very functional, but I need a little bit of creativity and a little bit of whim. So the next page is a page that I use to track what I'm doing for Instagram challenges. And then this is the first week of the month. I actually have been starting my planning on Monday and have my biggest chunk for the weekdays. And then the weekends I usually either group together or I give them small spaces because I don't tend to plan a whole lot for the weekends. And when I put the weekends together, it at least makes me feel like I have a bigger weekend. And who doesn't want that? I know I do. And so I really like this layout. I like the wooden directional signs, and it kind of has an apple orchard feel where you could fill your bucket full of apples, and I think I will revisit this in the future because I really like the look of this. This is my first attempt at time blocking, and well, it's kind of a mess. It's a learning curve for sure. Refine it, I could be onto something big. So, have you take a look at it. What I want to track and what I want to block out are my blog preps, my video shooting and my video editing, that type of thing. I don't need to know when to take a shower. Now, if you need to schedule that in your life, by all means, please do. I have these extra little bars here, and what I want to try and do is I want to track how much water I'm drinking, but I want to track when I'm drinking that water. Let's say at work, I got a blue here. Let's say at work, I drink 16 ounces between those 2 hours. I thought this would be an interesting thing to track. I may change this in the future and track moods. So if my video editing session were to go very badly, well, maybe I would mark that in red with the mood tracker. I'm not sure. But I thought that it would be fun to have an extra line here dedicated for something related to tracking. On to what you actually came for. All right, so I have made a few pencil markings here. I started at 7:30 when my kids get on the bus. And then I did add a little bit of extra time at the top so that if I had all day events, I could put them here. So without further ado, I am going to get started on actually penciling this in, or not penciling it in, writing it in. And I am using a Pigma Micron pen. It is 0.3 millimeters. If you do use these pens, just remember to press very lightly. They have a habit of pushing in, especially if you're a little bit aggressive with them. And when using a ruler, just be very careful with them. If I schedule my social media time, I do much better, and I don't waste as much time on it when I schedule it. All right, so now I'm going to start blocking some things out. And I'm going to just put a line down the side and not complete blocking so that I can write notes. From about 5:30 to 7:30 is family time typically. We'll spend some other time with my kids when they get home, but when my husband gets home from work, I like to make sure that we spend some time together. This looks pretty good. I'm excited about this. I have a plan in place. What I will do is write next to it which one I'm actually working on and what I'm planning. There you have it. I like the subtle color. It's very close to a minimal layout, and I think that will help my productivity. I hope you have enjoyed this planning session with me. I have the layout on my blog as a free download. I also have a free cheat sheet for creating one in your planner with the measurements and everything. Leave me a comment below. I've included links to products I used in the description as well. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great week and you plan your life so that you live beautifully. Bye guys.